Take one, we are rolling. Let me show you Notes on Blindness. So this is better with headphones. Quite a few CNCs, Tribeca, Région, Midi-Pyrénées, Arte, which is a German-French channel. So, okay. So, Notes on Blindness is about an experience. So it came out in 2019. And it wants to teach you how does it feel to be blind. It's a very good paradox because, let's see that first, because a writer, John Hull, lost his sight. So a writer is good at expressing his feeling, and then he kept a diary documenting his experience of becoming blind. And then all his experiences come from his recording. So the sensation, the movement. So as I was saying, being blind is not seeing anything. But when you put a VR headset on, it's because you want to see something. So how is the VR headset is going to reproduce the sensation of being blind, when actually you have to open your eyes in a VR headset to get the feeling. Well, that's the beauty of the VR, is it's going to trick your mind in thinking you're blind. So you're not blind, but you are going to get the sensation of someone being blind.
I hear the footsteps of people walking past me on the footpath.
So here you can see that being blind is about focusing on a sound. I think his one was getting worse, so he was getting blinder and blinder, but he could maybe see shapes like this, and actually sounds do produce a footprint. Like in a submarine, like a dolphin, they are going to produce a sonar to get the sound back. So, and then you can draw a picture from it. So what he says is a woman walks differently from a man. When you've got a group of people, runners, kids, it's interesting that they've done the trees, the game dev done the tree with colors. Energy in the trees, can you see them?
They come from this side and that side. They mingle and separate and pass me.
So bicycles.
There's the rustling of the newspaper from somebody sitting on the next bench.
I'm pretty sure sight takes about 80% of your attention. So if you remove sight, you're focusing on the smell, you're focusing on the touch, on hearing, and hearing becomes a secondary one.
Out to the right and behind me there's the car park and the sound of people starting and stopping their cars and driving off.
There you go.
Way off to the left there's the main road and the noise of the heavy traffic roaring past in the distance. Further in front of me is the lake.
I'm wondering if you can recognize a runner. After a while, if you just, recognize a footstep.
With all the quacking and the splashing that goes
How many pages are still to read a newspaper?
Take off and fight and squabble over bits of food.
Ducks in the corner, a few birds.
Splash of the paddle boat. The little children crying out.
Oh, that was close.
Further off, there's the different sound of the rowing boats out on the larger lake. Beyond that is the park itself, and here one has the distant cries of people playing ball, shouts of children. This is all set against the breeze blowing in the trees.
So you could also close your eyes and then imagining the scene.
The myriad voices and sounds coming from all of these directions create a panorama of music and information which is absorbing and fascinating.
It's very interesting because when you see, you can analyze many information at the same time. I know many people, what they're wearing is their kind of background. I am in a city, but we don't really focus on the sounds because our main focus is on seeing. So if you were to just close your eyes and try to recognize and then digest multiple information at the same time. Hey, that's a runner, that's a car on my left, that's someone in a balcony playing guitar. Like, could you be as quick hearing that you can seeing a picture or a live environment? As I mentioned before, you are going to exacerbate your other sense of feeling, so touching, feeling.
A note on weather. I noticed that I was greeting people and saying to them what a nice day it was, to find that they were unresponsive or even surprised. And it gradually occurred to me that the concept of a nice day is very largely a visual concept, because what a sighted person
Yes,
means by
a good day is very internal, it's
a
perception.
clear blue sky, it being reasonably warm, the sun shining.
Follow the bird.
In the blind person's appreciation of weather, wind takes the place of sun.
So I'm going to press on a trigger to recreate the wind. The bird. So you create wind on this chime.
To me, a nice day is when there's a wind blowing, because the wind brings all the noises in the environment to life.
Interesting. When you blind, the wind is going to carry the sound, so it carries it further.
The feel of the wind in my hair, on my face, in my clothes.
It's almost like whispering in his ears, I guess. It would have been good for the game developers to do something in the background talking, and then when you press on it, you're going to do the sound, the wind coming from behind them, and then reaching out to you slowly. I mean, you will have tried, you know, when you're at the ocean or by a swimming pool and someone is quite low and start talking, where you can hear their conversation. Like, it's almost like it's reverberate, it's exacerbated by the weather and carries the sound further.
Suddenly puts a roof over his head. The thunder sets for him the dimensions of the outdoor space within which he is situated. Thus, thunder is almost, one might say, revelatory. The sighted person always has a roof over his head in the form of the blue sky or the cloud cover or the stars, but the blind person never has a roof over his head until thunder puts it there.
There's a bird in front of me. There is a similar game they've done where you just go closer and you touch, and then you create an environment like this, and then you can, it's like a labyrinth, and you can guide yourself by getting close to it and touching it, and it becomes like dots. Anyway, it's Notes On Blindness.
A still day is born, a windy day.
Please give it a try, it's free, and it's actually very interesting. That's a wrap, see ya.